So we're just diving right in. Yesterday I posted about how I got triggered. I went into survival mode, which is what I knew how to describe it as. It's actually freeze. So there's fight and flight. There you have your anxiety, your stress. That's the place where you're able to keep moving, keep going in action. And then you have the freeze response, which is the dorsal vagal. So when you go down into the freeze response, that's usually you're like, I'm paralyzed, I'm done, I can't do it. And that occurs when it's too much too fast or too little for too long. And so the experience that I had, yesterday I got triggered by nothing. It was just me in my own head. It transported me back somewhere else, and I went into that freeze. But I knew I had to get things done. So I went for a run, and what I essentially did was I forced myself out of the freeze zone back into stress, because in the state of stress, I can get things done. I can take action. But when I'm down in that freeze, I'm frozen. I'm done. And so that's not the healthiest thing, but sometimes that's what we have to do while we are still regulating our nervous system, or that's what we do when we don't realize our nervous system is out of regulation. So of course I incorporate the nervous system regulations into it, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. But yesterday I didn't, and even last night after I went from being frozen, I forced myself back into the stressed area and was able to take action and get done what I needed to get done for the day. But in the evening, I thought I had unwound, but I didn't. So I didn't ever flip into the other section, which is the rest and digest. And I slept 2.5 hours. I woke up in night sweats. I woke up like drenched in sweat. My resting heart rate was like 100, 110. So from 7 p.m. last night until 7 a.m. this morning, my heart rate was 110, 120. And my purpose of this is to share, we don't really talk about the day after being in that state of stress, like stuck in that state of stress or frozen. So I want to talk about it. So yesterday got triggered, went into that state, that freeze, forced myself back into the stress state of anxiety so that I could take action and get things done. Didn't end up going into rest and digest over the night, so I only slept 2.5 hours. My heart rate was 120 for 12 hours, and I was just resting. And so obviously this morning, like, I'm incredibly hungry, which sucks, and probably later today I'll be exhausted. But that's the stuff that we don't talk about, and nobody's gonna know it. Nobody's gonna know that. I'll go to the gym, I'll crush my workout, I'll grind, I'll force myself to get everything done, and I'm back in that calm state. I'm not stuck in my head or transported back into that past moment. But still, there's the aftermath of the day. Like, my resting heart rate was 120 for 12 hours. That takes a toll on you. You're going to be hungry. And then the fact that I'm hungry is going to play into the mental aspect of it, of like, well, I'm supposed to be in a calorie deficit. I'm supposed to be losing fat. That's stressful. The fact that I didn't sleep is probably also going to make me want to eat more food or junk food because I don't have the energy from being rested. So it's a cycle, it's a process. That day after is hard. I'm grateful to be out of that frozen or that state of stuck in stress. But it still takes time. It's not like that as soon as that memory goes away or you're out of that state, or the PTS is gone, you don't just instantly bounce back. Like, there's physiological things that go on to occur. So yeah, that's kind of just like the whole picture. And I figured I shared the fact that I went for a run to get myself out of that frozen mode and back into action. And then I figured I would share kind of, how this morning went, how last night went, and how today will go. So probably by like 5 p.m. tonight, I'll be absolutely done. And best case scenario is I don't get re-triggered, or if I do get re-triggered, I'm able to stop and pause and bring myself out of that and go back into the rest and digest. So the ultimate goal is to have our body auto-regulated, going from, a normal state of stress, autonomic nervous system taking action, to the parasympathetic nervous system and rest and digest. Doesn't always happen. We can train it. And I've been working a lot. Like, I was stuck in that freeze anxiety cycle for a very, very long time, and I've worked really hard to get out of it. So most days are good. They're not all, though. We're people, we're changing, we're evolving. So yeah, I just wanted to be open and honest and kind of come full circle and not just show you that one part, but also show you like what the next day is like and how I will present on the outside, because nobody will know walking through my daily life. Nobody will know. But inside myself and through my own actions, I'll see those little changes and the differences. So, all right.